Okay, someone sent me this guy's video. The person had actually had a subversive motive and send it to me, I believe. But I turn lemons into lemonade, okay? You don't just find people like this on the internet. You got to be in that same mind frame to find. I've never seen this guy, and I never would have found this guy. I don't go searching for guys like this, okay? He is unattractive. This is what you call unattractive. And he's also 5'2". There's nothing he can do about his height. He can't do anything about that nose. But there are other things he can do to make himself attractive. You notice he has chubby cheeks. That's unattractive to women. If he were to actually lose weight, he would improve the bone structure of his face. Okay, nothing to do about that nose. Do you see how his frown, he's been frowning so much in life that, do you see how the energy comes off him? Now, I want you to pay attention to look into his background, because that tells a lot about the person. Look around you in the room that he's in. Do you see this trash over here on the floor? That tells you what this in here, the cabeza or juizu brain is like. Okay? That combined makes him even more unattractive. I see guys who are 5'2", and he's going to talk about girls, you know, his own height, that they don't look at him. And he only sees the ones that are dating guys that are 6 feet tall. Okay, I see cute little couples all the time, short couples together all the time, because I'm paying attention. I do see a tall guy and a short girl a lot also, but I also see small couples, basically. Now he's probably looking at Caucasian women also. I mean, obviously. Unfortunately, because of the structure of his face right now, that is not that attractive to Caucasian women. So he'd have to change the structure of his face by losing these cheeks. And over here, he looks better looking. He looks more like one of them old actors from the 40s. That's what his face reminds me of. Over here is like, you know, the 40s actors. They had that kind of look about them. Tough guy look. And they weren't very tall either. Like Humphrey Bogart, I think he was like 5'5", which is 3 inches taller than this guy. So if you look at the way he's dressed, and Jovina will be here in a minute, she can tell you more about, you know, what he can do to improve his dress. If you look at his hair, he basically has what's called a peanut head, what I call a peanut head, shaped like a peanut. You know, the chubby, what my mom calls a chuckle head. You know, they got them those chubby cheeks down here, and then the head goes in and it goes up like that. So he needs to restyle his hair in a way that would benefit him. Like over here, it actually looks better. I think he's got it combed or something. I don't know. For some reason, this photo here is his best look. And this looks like an old mug guy. You know, these guys weren't handsome in the 30s and 40s, but they had a certain tough aura about them that attracted women. And the smaller guys were the tougher guys. And that's what he needs to take advantage of. I don't know what color shirt he's wearing there, but it seems like it's working better than this gray drab. So if you look again at the back room, the mess on the floor, you can't bring a woman back to a place that looks like that. But that's how his head is. You create the environment around you based on what's going on in here. Nothing, I don't see anything on the walls. And here comes Jovina right now. So we're going to have Jovina look at this guy real quick, and she's going to do a snap analysis of what he could do to make himself look better. Now this guy is complaining he can't get it. He hasn't hit a Valentine's Day. He's 5'2", but we can't do anything about his height. So you can't really see the color of his eyes, but if you could give everybody listening a quick analysis of what colors would make him stand out better. What can he do with this face and hair.
Well,
Now,
he definitely needs brighter colors. He needs more vibrant colors that will make him stand. Because he doesn't have very light hair. His hair is more in the medium range. He's got pink skin tones.
Yeah, the pink skinned people, yeah.
Yeah, his hair is pretty short, and it looks like his hairline goes pretty far back.
Yeah.
So he may want to consider growing it out a little bit and giving it a more updated cut
yeah.
once he's had the hair grown out. If you go to a hair salon and you talk to someone that really will listen to you, and you have to make sure that they're listening to you and they know what's going to look good on you.
Yeah.
And but the thing is, now you will have to grow it out a little bit to be able to have enough hair to do something with, to get an edgier cut.
I advise him also to lose the cheeks. He's got to lose some weight.
Yeah, he needs to work on that a little bit.
Because his cheeks are chubby. And it gives him like what I call, my mom always calls a chuckle head. Now, if you look over here, he looks better looking. He's actually attractive in this photo here.
What photo is that? Is that more
See
recent?
See that one over here?
Right.
He looks like one of the old actors from the 40s, They had that tough guy look. Did you get that kind of feeling? That's what I get from him. The black shirt and, the way he's structuring his face, the way he's gesturing.
Yeah. He also should probably consider
the hair.
Some facial hair, if he can grow facial hair. Give him a kind of an
edgy look. Yeah, that would work for him, yeah.
A much edgier look. And look for clothing that fit nice but aren't tight. Because if you've got a little extra weight on you, you definitely don't want anything tight that's going to accentuate that. But you also don't want something that's going to be too loose, that's going to make it look like it's
you're swimming in your clothes. Yeah,
a
lot of black people do that.
Yeah, you have
wear them long ass shirts and shit.
You have to be true to your size and get something that's comfortable and you can move in, and play around with trying things on, because that's definitely the one way you're going to get the right fit.
Well, he's not on my channel. Someone sent me his video. And
get opinions from women when you're shopping. The female sales clerks, they are the best ones to ask their opinion on, because they will be very honest with how something will fit, or a color. They're good with colors also. They can give you a lot more feedback than if you ask a male sales clerk.
True that. So also, don't use Vietnamese girls to cut your hair. They tend to give you guys, white guys, like that short look. They just do one cut. Military buzz or short like that. I don't mean to speak out against Vietnamese people, but I've seen white guys go in there and they come out with that same fucking haircut.
Especially if their English isn't very good. They do have a certain type of training, and that's just how.
Exactly. I don't mean to put Vietnamese women down who cut hair, but I see them do that same haircut, and it doesn't seem to fit people.
There are some of them out there that are really good.
Go to a hair stylist.
Which one is? Yeah,
exactly.
Go to a hair salon versus a barbershop.
Okay.
Because they can give you better feedback on what'll look good on
you. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and play his video for you guys and make some comments.
Hey folks, it is Valentine's Day 2011. I just want to share how I feel. I feel every Valentine's Day.
Okay, he has narrow shoulders also. He needs to hit the gym. Okay. He's of English descent of some type. I don't know where. He's probably in Australia or someplace, but there's something like that. But, the little chipper teeth in the front, that can be changed also.
It's just so depressing for me because I'm single, and...
He seemed like a nice guy. I feel for guys like this. He was born 5'2". He doesn't understand why women go for taller women. It's that protector instinct in them. He needs to understand that. Once you learn to understand it and accept it, then you begin to work with what you have. He's refusing to work with what he has and make it work for him. Okay? So he's still stuck in that state where, why was I born short? Why did they like tall guys? You got to get over it. Like, I could do the same thing. Why, when I was hunting white women, why can't I just be attracted to why can't every white woman out there be attracted to me? I learned to understand. They want to raise white kids. They don't want to be seen dating black men. Okay? I understand it. I get it. And I didn't hold it against anybody. Okay? So you guys who are, whatever situation you're in, you got to stop being immature about it and about life. I understand why fathers don't want their daughters dating black men. I understand. Like what Jovina's father didn't like me at first. I get it. And I totally understand.
You know, it's such a fake greeting card holiday that's created by the big corporations to try to get a...
Yes, it is. He's very right on that point, but so what? Jovina, give me a glass of ice.
To spend
Give me a glass of ice.
money. But while they're doing that, it's making people who are by themselves feel very miserable, myself included. And I know there are a lot of others out there that feel the same.
Okay, no offense to PinePowerLI, but that's immature. Okay, I understand that the people are alone, and if you work on yourself, and you know, in this game, you got to get where you can fit in. Like, he's doing the right thing by looking at smaller women, but if he wants to make his game easier, and I don't recommend this for everybody, but if he goes to the Asian countries, get a job over there, or go travel over there, or whatever, he'd be hooked up in a week. He knows that. Because Asian women, if you're a Caucasian male, you got it made. Go to Taiwan, you're Caucasian male, I don't care what height you are, you got it made. Okay?
Well, you know,
So he doesn't have to be alone, basically. He doesn't have to be alone. Hopefully he's not the type of, he's not racist, you know, he only wants his own race, white folks, English descent or Australian, whatever it is. I'm looking at the wall adapters. I'm wondering what country he's in.
I haven't had Valentine years, you know, and I'm reminded of the fact every time this time of year comes along that I'm alone, you know, and it's very hard, at least here on Long Island, to try to meet someone. You know, many of the women...
He said the islands. I don't know where. Maybe it's New Zealand. Okay, you have to get out. Whatever. This is where you learn your lesson about environment. If the environment is not conducive to your game, you got to go somewhere else to where it is conducive. And you know, I've looked at a lot of the pickup artists. Like there was one guy who's almost about the same height he is. He's a pickup artist teacher. He knows where to market himself. He's on my Facebook channel. I forgot his name. It's not the cam guy, it's the other guy. Anyway, he goes to the Asian countries. He's got a ton of pictures of him having fun instead of being miserable about his life. Let's return.
here seem to be very shallow, they're into money, and of course, because I'm only 5'2".
Okay, women being shallow into money, that's typical response of someone who is miserable. Okay? Not all women are shallow, not all women are into money.
They see that I'm a short guy, and they want to have nothing to do with me. So it really sucks, you know, and you can tell I'm pretty depressed. I'm sure you can tell that.
Yes, it's true. It's very true that short guys will have a harder time in the game, especially guys who are 5'2" and under. That is very true. I acknowledge that and admit that. And that's what this channel is about learning how to get in where you can fit in and level your playing field. Look at his, damn it. I'm going to have to wait for this to disappear. Let's put my mouse down here. Look at his narrow shoulders and big neck. That looks odd. Okay? He needs to hit the gym with that 5'2" body and become a 5'2" buffed out motherfucker. That will help level the playing field for the smaller women. They'll say, well, he doesn't have height, but he is kind of buffed. And if he takes out the chubby cheeks, grow a goatee, like Jovian said, you know, get some facial hair, he'll do a little better. All he needs is just one female. That's all he needs to attract is just one female. So if he takes these things and use them, he can attract that one female and then fucking clean your goddamn room. hate to be the father here again, but look at that mess back there. You know, probably rats up in that room. God damn it.
A lot.
Yes, I do that a lot. I'm gonna get on these guys about how they keep their rooms.
So I really just think that this holiday, Valentine's Day, is just makes it so much worse, you know. And you know, I'm sure I know there are a lot of other people out there that are single too. But let me tell you, being a short guy, and I've made several videos about this, and they seem to be very popular. But being a short guy, it's so difficult. I mean, you know,
I can't tell where he's
even
from.
when you're out,
You sound almost like
you know,
American.
when you're out and you're, you know, whether you're on the train or bus or walk on the street, you see a woman that's kind of
Short
cute.
guy.
You look at her, and she usually gives a look like that, you know. She's usually like, oh yeah, like I'm ever gonna be with that guy, you know. That's the kind of
He
look
sounds
that
like
they love
he's
to give me all the time. You know, and it's really annoying. You know, it's really annoying and it really hurts. It's just because I'm short. I mean, what is the problem?
Back east.
You know, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Just being short, you shouldn't be judged by how tall you are. I mean, give me a break. It's not like I'm looking at women that are taller than me. I'm looking at short women that are my height is shorter, and they're always
Jersey.
They always want to be with like tall 6-foot guys. It makes no sense. And it looks awkward when you see a short one with a tall guy. I mean, how do they get it on? I mean, nothing lines up. I mean, you know, I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I've always wanted to be with somebody my own height. I don't get it. I just don't get it, you know. And people say, oh, well, you know, short men are in a similar situation to fat women. Let me tell you, there are a lot of fat women out there who also like tall guys. I see them walking around with tall guys too. So, and besides, you know, that's one thing. I mean, I think being, you know, I think weight should have more to do with anything.
Okay, he's one of those guys that's going to whine about it his entire life instead of doing something about it, is what it looks like. And instead of, you know, hitting the gym, I see he has small hands. So he's got to learn to equalize it, okay? If you're a fellow in that same position, it's unfortunate, but you got to take what you have and learn to work with it. Just as I took, you know, my race, my color, I learned to work with it, okay? Nobody comes to the game with a silver spoon in their mouth, or very few people do. There are pretty boys out there. Yeah, I can sit around and hate on them all day. I can hate on the mulattoes in my race because, you know, they were the desired ones. When I was growing up, all the girls wanted to be with the mulatto guys. And, you know, I could have sat around hating on that. But I'm not going to spend my time wasting my energy hating, you know, why wasn't I born light-skinned mulatto guy? You know, why... I actually did used to be mad at my mom for being very, very dark-skinned and jealous of my dad for being light-skinned. But I got over that shit. I actually love that my mom's dark-skinned now because it gave me more flavor in my skin, and that gave me a working pineal gland. I learned the truth. But you're not going to see me wasting my energy and time, you know, bugging out over things you can't change. But there are things he can change, okay? Just as I changed in my life. I did pick for a long time the wrong environments because I wanted a certain kind of level of woman. You know, I wanted women with education and degrees. Intelligent women who have their degrees. Shut up. You are not. You're all right. You're all right.
Smart enough to get you?
Yeah, you got me through my stomach. Got me through my stomach, goddammit. That's the best way to a man's heart. Clever and crafty. You wave the ass at me. You know, a black man about the ass, you know, yeah. You walk by, swishing the ass. And she used to wear these little spaghetti tops, titties hanging out. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm just messing with it, fellas. We do that kind of shit, like buddies. So anyway, he could do a lot with himself. He doesn't have to stay in this condition. That same energy that he's putting out is also a total turnoff. You can bet when he looks at women, all that he feels comes out, and they run from him.
We talked about that yesterday.
We did talk about that in yesterday's shows. Your vibe. Okay, I don't know if I have. I haven't put up the conversation show
No?
yet, but
Oh,
yeah,
that was a good one.
yeah. I'm going to put up later on. I'm trying to build the anticipation. It's just me having a conversation. But anyway, so he gives off that TFL kind of vibe. But I just showed you what he could do to change himself, to change his life. If he doesn't want to leave wherever he's at, then he could find that one woman. If he could get rid of all that caused him to create this in the background, because that's a mental thing. You know, your mind ain't working right when you got this kind of shit you're living in. That's an example of what's going on up here in a juiz. Is that the right word? Juiz?
Juiz.
Yeah, juiz. Inside that cabeza.
Cabezas head, juiz's brain.
Yeah. What is it in Spanish?
Oh, I don't know. I know head is cabeza also.
Is it,
But I don't know what brain is.
somebody speaks Spanish. What is brain? Somebody let me know. I want to see if it's the same as Portuguese. Because as I said, it's the same language. It just mutated over, I don't know, Portugal's been a country for 11, 12 years, something like that. So maybe longer, I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to this fella. There's more he could do than sit there, whine and complain about, fellas. That's just one example. You heard it right here. One example. Okay? Peace.